The first concrete home is being built in Northwest Arkansas. Today we're discussing some of the pros and some of the cons that could come with all of that. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody! If you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good, dirty state of Illinois, Chicagoland area. The worst. Anyways, I was a broker up there for many, many years, and I decided to move to try to find the best place to live in America. I searched long and wide, all different places, and I ended up right here in Northwest Arkansas. Best place to live in America by far. If you ever want to meet, talk about, hang out, obviously drink coffee, hang out, talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas, or call me, text me, talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas out of anywhere in America, definitely call me. Any whole thing, we can meet up and talk about the whole area, why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America. Also, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. A little starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? All the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas. Package, shipped right to your home. Literally package right to your home. Enter your name below, enter your address below. Where's this package going to? Let me know all the information below and make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking, I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below, I'll make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. Alright, so the first thing we need to talk about, kind of intro this whole concrete home situation, is let's talk a little bit of intro, then we'll talk about some of the points, both pros and cons of all this. So just to clarify, Habitat for Humanity is actually building the first concrete home in Gravette, Arkansas, which is like next to Bentonville, next to Centerton, over in the far corner over there. Anyways, so Habitat for Humanity is actually building, like, obviously a very easy to afford home in Gravette, Arkansas. So this is kind of starting the standard for concrete homes across America. Now, also to clarify, Habitat for Humanity is also building, obviously have built concrete homes across America as well. So this is not their first run at concrete homes. What's interesting, and I've been waiting for this for a while now, there's actually a couple very high profile companies that exist just across the border over in Neosho and also Joplin in Missouri who are specializing in concrete homes. So there's always been a rumor around Northwest Arkansas is that those concrete companies or concrete home companies will be coming down across the border to start building homes in Northwest Arkansas. So I'm guessing there's more connections there than anywhere else because of that reason. They chose Gravette, Arkansas for a reason, near Northwest Arkansas, near Bentonville, Habitat for Humanity. I'm sure a lot of these other concrete companies are going to be involved as well because that's kind of the business they're in. So anyways, that's kind of the long short of what's happening in Habitat for Humanity, building concrete home. Now, just to clarify some of the cons of this when it comes to, and then we'll jump into the pros, just a quick con of it is that I don't have really a stance on concrete homes for the future. I know that a lot of people are bullish on concrete homes, like they obviously, it could be the future. It probably will be, honestly, because of 3D printed homes, etc. But there's gonna be a lot of pushback because it'll eliminate a lot of tradespeople and need of that, or it's just gonna change the nature of trades, putting in plumbing, putting in electrical, putting stuff like that, versus like stick-built homes, the roof, and brick fascia, whatever the case is, it's going to change a lot of the things. So it'll be a long transition phase. Will concrete homes be the future? I don't know. Long story short is that they're going to start coming up in Northwest Arkansas more and more, and we're going to talk about some of those pro reasons now, and also some of the reasons why I think it's going to change the industry around Northwest Arkansas and also be a huge benefit for it if those companies across in Missouri end up coming across the border and start building homes in actually Northwest Arkansas. So let's jump into the pros right now. And the first reason why it's probably good to have concrete homes in Northwest Arkansas, and this is probably something that's specific to this area and region across America, but the temperatures and weather are good for concrete homes. Now, am I a concrete home expert? Not yet. But I do imagine that if concrete homes are built in Alaska or like Minnesota or very cold areas or very hot areas or very humid areas, that changes what, like Florida, for instance, and stuff of that nature, or Houston, you probably can't, it's going to be more challenging to do that. Right in that strip of America between Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, even parts of Oklahoma, maybe Kansas, for instance, go kind of across a little bit, are very mild temperatures. We have obviously very good summers, they're a little toasty sometimes, and then good winters, they're not that cold. So you can kind of get a good base in Northwest Arkansas to actually have those concrete homes. You can go up to probably other places or California, obviously we're aware of this, but building anything different in California is unaffordable, and also the red tape is crazy. And then obviously Portland, Washington, the Pacific Northwest is probably very mild as well. You probably are going to run into the same issues with red tape as well. So it's kind of a perfect situation where you can experiment a lot of things in those temperatures and not have those extremes like you would in Houston or Minnesota or Alaska. So having concrete homes in Northwest Arkansas, and not saying that there's going to be like a plethora of concrete homes left and right, but if they start going this direction, it would not be that far-fetched because the temperatures kind of match of what I assume is going to be good temperatures to experiment with more concrete homes with, honestly. Whoa, 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 whoa. Before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move to the area and using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas, all the different places. Let me know with all the information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email. I'll just kind of talk about all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on in Rogers? What new businesses are moving here? What's going on in the Woman Amphitheater? What are the Razorbacks? So much stuff all the time. Like literally so much all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below, and make sure you get the email every single Friday. But sadly, side note, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you, you will be the most important person eventually when you make it down to Northwest Arkansas. And the second pro reason why concrete homes might be good for Northwest Arkansas, and this is more specific to the builders, the 3D printed homes, the companies versus anything else, is going to, and this basically boils down to that Northwest Arkansas allows for experimentation. Whereas, like I mentioned before, if you're in California or other places, you're just not going to be able to do it. If you're in downtown Dallas, probably not going to happen. If you're going to be other places in America, it probably isn't realistic because there's too much red tape to actually do more experimenting. Whereas in Northwest Arkansas, it's kind of built for experiments, honestly. This whole area, honestly, if I'm not going to lie, is really an experiment. And, just like how America in a lot of ways was an experiment, still an experiment of like how things, how to have a democracy, how to have voting rights, and how to, I don't need to get into the whole thing. But Northwest Arkansas is in similar fashion because we've obviously been built a huge biking industry here. We are the mountain biking capital of the world. We have some of the biggest corporations in the world. But yet, we are still a fast-growing area, but nothing compared to what like Austin and other places are, Portland, et cetera, are doing. And we kind of went in opposite direction as an experiment because we saw a lot of the pitfalls that happened in those places. Anyways, I digress, is that having concrete homes here will be not a bad idea, especially for the businesses that want to do the 3D printed homes, potentially, is because the fact that there's not going to be a lot of red tape, honestly. If there is a company that wants to come in here, or companies that are like even thinking about coming in here, not that I know anything, they want to come in here and do more concrete homes and experiment, definitely very doable, and the cities are definitely going to be on board than other places that you want to, especially if they exist across the Missouri lines. It's a little bit of an easier trip to come down from Missouri down to North Arkansas versus a couple 100-mile trip or 1,000-mile trip across America. And the third pro reason why I think concrete homes would be good for Northwest Arkansas probably is the fact that concrete here is a lot more affordable than other places in America. Coming from Illinois, concrete was quite expensive up there in other places of America. Now, obviously, I'm not I know the process of how concrete works and why it's affordable, not affordable, etc., and why brick here is actually a lot more affordable than other places in America, because we have a lot of deep riverbeds, we have a lot of gravel pits, we have a lot of quarries, stuff of that nature. Obviously, Arkansas, you're probably fully aware, a very rocky area that we can actually mine stuff with. Anyways, it allows for more affordable concrete. So it'd be interesting to be in an area where concrete is quite affordable and we have a good infrastructure to back that up, like meaning like trucks and the whole thing and businesses, etc. And then on top of that, we have actually the actual resources to do the thing. So it'd be interesting to use this area as an experiment to some extent to see how concrete homes work, where we can make it actually more usable and more friendly and more efficient, etc. versus other places in America that might not have as easy access to concrete, because that's kind of the whole thing. Is like, why would you build a home that's more expensive potentially and have this huge inefficiency because the actual resource itself is not available? Obviously. But with Arkansas specifically, we have a lot of rocks, we have a lot of stuff, and that's kind of the natural bend towards things here, is that we are the natural state, but we're also a very rocky state. And so why not use rock to build our homes? Anyways, it will be quite efficient, I would assume, a cost per reason if we start using concrete versus wood, but I'm sure that'd be a good reason for Arkansas specifically to start using concrete versus stick. And the fourth thing we need to talk about is actually the biggest con when it comes to concrete homes, and this is yet to be determined, yet established, and this is probably the biggest elephant in the room, is the fact of the price. The cost is one thing when it comes to concrete homes, but would you be willing to buy a concrete home? Would I be willing to buy a concrete home? Unsure. the jury's still out of how everything works, and they have to get things more efficient. What's the price? The price is obviously for any home is what is determined by whoever pays for the thing itself. You know, you can say it has this kind of X value, but until someone pays for it, that's all it's really worth. That's how everything works in the world. So what is the concrete home worth with resale? To be determined. I'm sure there's been concrete homes sold back and forth in America, but there's no big data set that says, oh yeah, it's worth this much. You know, price per square foot changes a lot. The actual furnishings themselves inside the house, you know, when it comes to flooring, when it comes to countertops and cabinets, lighting, etc., everything changes so drastically. You can't necessarily put a price on per square foot when it comes to concrete yet. So long story short, it'll be interesting. The jury's still out about how that all works, but I do know that there's been a lot of talk and conversations about putting more concrete homes in Northwest Arkansas. So I'm sure a lot of cities and builders and also concrete companies are willing to experiment. So we'll see what concrete company ends up doing it first. But I do know that the Habitat for Humanity is starting this, and we'll see if the ball continues down the field. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3D itineraries link below, right below. Maybe you're a venturer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. There's a 3D itinerary link down below for you, so go ahead and download it and use it to get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you a $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, you can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, that's the next one.